Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Thursday, January 26th. So today we have the moon in Aries all day. This is definitely going to give us a little bit of a pep in our step. We have this fiery energy giving us a spark, giving us a fire, giving us a flame inside again. We are moving into the lunar phase that does support us kind of making a choice, aligning with a path, enforcing an action in order to pursue a new idea. And this Aries energy is definitely firing us up in all the right ways in order to be bold and brave and courageous enough to do just that. Now, today is also the day that we see Venus shift from Aquarius energy and move into Pisces energy. If you haven't listened to that astro forecast that I put out doing a deep dive on what we can expect with Venus and Pisces over the next couple of weeks, I would definitely recommend you go ahead, you take a listen, and you get ahead of the game. Now, there are 11 different aspects here today, and 9 of them involve the moon. The moon is going to make an awkward interaction with the true node. The true node, of course, is our soul path, our destiny point, trying to get us on the right path in order for us to move forward. This awkward interaction is a learning opportunity. It is a choice point and will kind of test how prepared we are to actually muster up the courage and the bravery to go ahead and actually make a move and actually take a small baby step forward. It's okay if you still have some hesitancy, if you still have some fears, some doubts, some insecurities. We will be working over those particular issues over the next couple of days. But right now, we are gifted with an opportunity to say, hey, we see the path opening up. We see an option to align with an idea. We see the want, need, and desire for a forward movement. Are you willing to take it? The moon is going to sextile with Mars, which does suggest that we are going to take that forward movement. Mars, of course, ruler of the physical energy, the drive, the passion, the motivation, the determination that we need to have in order to go out in the world and actually pursue the things that we want, we need, we desire. We've had Mars in this Gemini energy for a very long time. We are direct in his energy now. We have Mercury's support being direct as well. We have Uranus now direct. There are no planets in a retrograde. We do have the post-retrograde shadow period still affecting us. But for the most part, we are ready to take action and make moves on some of the ideas that we've been tossing back and forth, that we've been torn and split upon. And now we are gaining a little bit of clarity and offered an opportunity to make some forward movements moving forward. Mars goes ahead, interacts with the true node in a very uncomfortable way. Most of this energy is because, yes, we want to move forward. Yes, we're excited. Yes, we're passionate. Yes, we have motivation and determination to go ahead and actually, pursue a new path, pursue a new idea, choose a direction. However, the true node is over here saying, okay, we're ready to make these moves. We're ready to go ahead and actually grow, but have you done the work to prepare the proper strategy? We should have been in this Gemini energy thinking very logically and practically and methodically about how it is that we're going to move forward. We're finally at the point where we are gifted with the green light go ahead to take action to move forward. And now we're really at that pivotal point where we have to ask ourselves, have we thought this through? The moon is going to go ahead, semi-square Saturn, the Lord of Karma. A semi-square is a little bit of a tension point. Here's the conflict. This Aries energy has a tendency to act without thinking things through, especially the long-term consequences of our actions. There is this get up and go with this Aries energy that just wants to go out into the world and see what happens. Saturn, who is the Lord of Karma, who rules over systems, foundations, and structures, is giving us a little bit of a tough love life lesson here, because we have to think about the long-term consequences of our action. We have to think about the strategy that we are going to take and that we are going to make in moving forward. And so as much as the moon in Aries really wants us pumping the gas, we have Saturn over here asking us to pump the brakes. The moon goes ahead, bumps into Pluto in a very, very positive way that does suggest that we have to take this time out. We have to move within ourselves. We have to take a good inventory of how it is that we're thinking, how it is that we're feeling. Why is that? Because Pluto needs us to have this aha moment in our psyche, in our mental plane, because we're not thinking, we're just eager to take action. We need this aha moment. We need this epiphany. We need to shift our perspective, our understanding, our perception of what's going on here in order to invoke a different kind of emotion. Why? Because we need to get our heart and our head on the same page before we can engage the physical body to go ahead and make the moves out in the external realm that we in our inner realm are inspired to make. So this is like, hey, we have a little bit of I'm going to say, inventory that we have to take in our thoughts, in our feelings, in order for us to actually be empowered enough to take control over our actions. Again, the moon in Aries, not really thinking long term about the actions, just wants to go out and make things happen, but we need to be very strategic in how it is that we are exerting our life force energy out in the world. Prime example, right after this, we have the moon squaring, getting into the boxing ring with Mercury. Our heart and our head are getting into the boxing ring to fight it out. Why is that? Well, because Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information and communication, who is, yes, direct, however, still in a post-shadow period, it's in Capricorn energy. We're thinking long term. We're thinking strategy. We're thinking about the method of how it is that we are going to bring to life some of these ideas, how we are going to make the moves to align with the ideas in which we want to bring to life. The Capricorn energy is low and slow. We have to be mature about this. We have to be calculated in this. And of course, the moon in Aries wants nothing to do with that. We don't want to think long term. We just want to act. We don't want to be methodical or strategize on how it is that we're going to go out in the world. We just want to wing it. That is not okay. So entering into the boxing ring for our heart and our head to fight it out, we are going to be illuminated to where the anger, the frustration is alive and well, and mostly because we want to make moves and we're kind of being, I'm going to say, blocked from doing that until we actually have a plan. The moon goes ahead, comes up to, bumps into, sits next to Chiron, the wounded healer, who is in this Aries energy. And you best believe that this can go one of two ways. First of all, let's talk about the positives. This could be an aha moment where there is a lot of healing, a lot of growth from having to sit down and really sort through our thoughts and feelings and really get our heart and our head in alignment before we engage the physical body and go ahead to make the moves to show that we are healing and we are growing. Or it could manifest in the not so nice way, which is anger, frustration, agitation, even rage, because we're going to throw a little bit of an Aries tantrum when we are being blocked from moving forward as fast as we would like. Either way, there is an illumination on where it is that we want so desperately to grow, to heal, to move forward, and another illumination on what it is that is blocking us from actually doing that. Spoiler alert, it's the mental plane. We have to strategize. We have to plan. Many of us wasted a huge opportunity over the last 7 months of Mars being in Gemini energy to sort out the details. And now that we're gifted with this green light go ahead, we have this impulse, we have this want, need, and desire to go out in the world to take action and make moves with no plan. And the universe is not having it. Now, the moon is going to semi-square, which is a little bit of a tension point, with Venus, who is at the very final degrees in Aquarius energy, preparing to shift into Pisces. The moon and Venus, very unsure about what it is that we actually want, we actually need, we actually desire, what is going to make us happy, what is going to bring us safety, security, and stability. And Venus needing to kind of wrap this particular life lesson up in Aquarius energy of really acting as the observer to see who and what is providing us with safety, security, stability, happiness, joy, and pleasure, and who is not, or what is not, in order for us to draw a line in the sand, implement a boundary, in order for us to create a space where we are in charge of the elements that we are going to allow to be alive and well in our lives that will give us those types of qualities and characteristics that were now illuminated that we are lacking. The moon is going to interact with Uranus in such a way that would provide us with a little bit of friction in order for us to be at a choice point, to make a decision, to move forward, or to stay where it is that we're at. Now, Uranian energy usually provides us with an aha moment, an epiphany, an inspiration, an idea that totally changes the game, that allows us to make a very positive shift, a positive change for the better, and makes us a little bit more easily adaptable to the changes that we've been resisting. However, this is not the nicest energy, which means that instead of an aha moment, we're going to be hella confused. Instead of clarity, we are going to see the fog roll in. Instead of a breakthrough, we will likely have a breakdown. And what all of that energy is trying to do is show us where it is that we're a little bit too impulsive to jump in and make a change without actually thinking of the repercussions and the consequences of our actions. Keep in mind, Uranus just went direct in Taurus energy. The last 4.5 to 5 months should have been illuminating us to where it is that we're resistant to change, where it is that we're fearful of losing certain things, where it is that we're a little bit hesitant to make the changes that we know that we need to make because we don't know what to expect from the foreign territory that we have to walk in order to abandon the comfortability of the past, even though it is very uncomfortable. So what we get here is a lot of electricity that could manifest in our physical bodies as anxiousness, as restlessness, as anger, as frustration, because we are not in alignment with moving forward as much as we want to be, as much as we want to see that productivity, that progress, that sudden shift. There are still a lot of mental blockages that we have to sort through before our heart and our head are going to be in alignment to engage the physical body to make moves out in the world. 9:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Venus shifting into Pisces energy. Again, please go listen to that astro forecast if you haven't already. There are highs, there are lows, there are everything in between, but please know that we are likely going to feel a lot more emotional, a lot more hypersensitive. We're definitely going to either move into the dream realm, which I'm sure we will do often, or we're going to move into the avoidant and escape realm, which I'm sure we are going to do often. Pisces energy being the last sign of the zodiac, being a water sign, being kind of the point of endings in order for new beginnings to take place. We have a lot of emotions to actually sort through. The last aspect that we have here today is the moon making a very harmonious aspect with the sun. So the moon is in Aries, fire energy. The sun is in Aquarius, air energy. Emotionally speaking, we are fired up, ready to go to take action, make moves on the possibilities of the future. The sun shining a bright light in Aquarian energy on the vision, on the dream, on the goal that we are conjuring up. And of course, we are highly motivated, super inspired, very excitable to make any kind of move, especially if the light is shining bright enough on what it is that we can actually accomplish if we are focused, if we are in alignment, if we are bold, brave, and courageous enough to actually take the time to get in alignment so that we can move forward in a state of wholeness.